Hi, welcome back to the Stanford Gen Global Educators Network YouTube channel. And I'm here today with the president of West Los Angeles College, Jim Limbaugh. And Jim is here to tell us more about a brand new, exciting center, California Center for Climate Change Education, that is just opening on his campus.
The idea had just sort of been percolating a little bit. And then on a Friday afternoon, I got a call from the Los Angeles Community College district office. You know, we're 9 colleges.
Right.
And the legislative officer there said, I think there may be some money in the 2022 legislative agenda. Does anybody have any ideas for an appropriation? I need it by Monday. So, okay. So it just sort of spilled out of my head. On a weekend, I wrote this up, and we can get into the details about it in a minute. But anyway, I wrote it up, I sent it in, got immediate interest from Assembly Member Isaac Bryan, who carried it. It passed through virtually every committee almost unanimously and resulted in the passage of AB 1913, which by law created the California Center for Climate Education at West Los Angeles College with a very specific series of expectations. So that's how it came about. It was just something that, look, we've got a moral imperative to educate students, especially community college students, because our students are among the ones that are most harmed. You and I, for example, could go home probably and turn on our air conditioning. Many of my students, many of your students can't. I have students that travel 2 hours one way to get here on a bus. They're working really hard, and urban climate change is significant, you know, heat islands and that kind of stuff. And I just felt like we needed to educate students to be their own advocates, to be community leaders, to be educators, to be politicians, and to understand that my generation has mucked this up. And we've got to give them as much education as possible to carry this on. If you pay attention to the global climate change conference going on right now, they're saying that the 1.5 degree max is already dead. So what can I do to help my students prepare for that? So it came across, Scott, as something I felt that we had a responsibility to do. Because when people ask me, I keep it very simple. If you can't drink the water, if you can't breathe the air, all this other stuff we do is irrelevant. So you got to make people understand that the environment in which we live drives everything else. So that's how it came apart. It was interesting. You know, the legislature has given millions of dollars to the UCs and CSUs and millions of dollars to the K-12s. And you know how much money they've given to community colleges for this before I requested? Zero. I was very fortunate. It was funded at full $5 million for 3 years. And then fortunately, Senator Alex Padilla provided a $1.32 million earmark to support our workforce development efforts. So that's how the center itself came to be. And then I said that the center is predicated on the premise that at its core, climate change issues are social justice issues. And that was left in the bill. And that I was really proud that that piece about it being more than just the science was recognized by the legislators, and it passed all the way through with a social justice statement in it. The center was created for 3 reasons: to create curriculum, which I'll get to in a minute, to do workforce development, and to engage in community outreach by providing student learning experiences. And so the end of October, we did a 3-day climate palooza. We had over 700 people here. And the first day was all about heightening the awareness of high school students. Second day was climate change and gaming, where teams of high school students were brought in. They were given the parameters, and then they competed with each other in what kind of game, whether it was a board game or an online game that could be developed to promote climate change education. And then the third day, West hosted the first conference in the history of Los Angeles County to bring together blue and green industries with community colleges to say, what kind of training do you need?